Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Roblox Infusion. In this video, we will be talking about the top swords in Blox piece. What is Blox Fruits? Blox Fruits is among one of the top games on Roblox. This adventure game has risen to popularity in recent days, and the number keeps on increasing exponentially because everyone seems to have gotten its hook now. In the game, Blox Fruits are obtained by exploring and finding them on the map. They are most often found from under the trees or through buying them from the fruit dealer using Robux. The game currency, or belly. The game has a very interesting premise. Players seek to become master swordsmen and power users. You do this through intense training with better swords to finally become the strongest player in the game. You have a choice to fight arduous enemies or tough bosses while sailing across the ocean to find hidden secrets and deliver your fruits. Naturally, your enemies want their secrets hidden and will practically fight their lives to secure them. The game currently has a cap of 1,300 levels, and this is crazy. It is updated regularly to avoid bugs and glitches and ensure a safe surfing experience. Having been created in 2019, the game has an outstanding yet astonishing user base and a number of favorites and views. It has over 547.7 million visits and more than 683,000 favorites. The game has an array of swords, all serving different features, but ultimately looking forward to increasing your strength for becoming the best person in the game. It is fun to meddle between them to choose the perfect weapon to outperform your combatant. Trident. Trident is one of the best swords to own in Blox piece. Not only is it a representation of your strength, but it is also really fun to bring to use. It is among the rarest weapons found in the game and can only be obtained once you defeat the Fisherman Lord. You know it's a big deal because the only way you can obtain is through fighting a powerful boss. We say this is an interesting weapon to use because of its features. You can hook players and even troll them while giving your enemy a lot of damage. All this comes while you're having fun. Isn't this great? When you reach level 50, you earn the Trident hook, which lets you hook yourself to anyone far away from you. To top it off, it even lets you hook yourself to walls and buildings. Now this is what we're talking about. You're able to get yourself out of sight of your enemies and quickly escape in case you are stuck. Additionally, at Master Level 125, you get a water pulse, which lets you give a lot of damage to your opponents within a short range. All in all, this sword is among valuable assets of the game and truly vital to own. Saber. Saber is another vital sword to own in the game. This is mostly because Saber skills are easier to aim towards your enemies. This is a legendary weapon obtained during a quest and while defeating the Shanks. It is also known as the Shank Saber because it is earned when you get rid of one of the most powerful enemies in the game. The Saber can also be upgraded at the Master Level 50. You earn the Deadly Rush that totally slashes the opponent. In its V2, the V1 Deadly Rush is multiplied by 3 and the slash becomes 3 times more powerful. In Saber's Master Level 125, players earn the Triple Slash whereby they are able to put 3 fatal red slashes to the opponent. Its V2 has a longer range and bigger hitbox, making it one of the most important swords to own. Having the sword in your inventory is a sign of strength and will easily blow your enemy off just by having a look at it. Definitely iconic. Pull skills have gone through multiple changes in its existence. This sword requires a smart mind to use because if used the correct way, you can do a crazy amount of damage to your opponent. This is a legendary sword that can be obtained by defeating the Thunder God. He is a boss located in the upper yard. At the master level of 50 of this sword, players upgrade to the explosive cloud where the sword shoots out of a cloud and explodes, causing a lot of destruction. Moreover, at master level 180, players are able to upgrade the sword to Lightning Rain that rains down lightning to where your cursor is pointed, leaving no trace of your movements at all. Because your opponent is unaware of your tactics and drop point, they won't make any efforts to move, hence coming across a lot of damage. Dark Blade, Yoru. Dark Blade is arguably the best sword to exist on Blox piece. It has been rated as the best weapon to use against your enemies by multiple YouTubers of the game. This one is the real deal and you must keep yourself away if you find this one on your enemies. You do not stand a chance in front of them because this one causes instant long-lasting damage. This sword is a mythical weapon that is purchased for 1,200 Robux. Now this is when you know the sword is a big deal because it costs Robux and that to a whopping 1,200. But this becomes obtainable once you kill the Mihawk boss. On Mastery Level 1 of the sword, you earn the 1000 Slices ability, which pretty much is explanatory, but to clear it out for you, this is when the blade is able to cut your enemies into 1,000 pieces. Crazy. This is not all though, the sword is further upgraded into multiple versions and each deadlier than before. At Master Level 50, players earn the Dark Air Slash feature whereby the sword shoots a vertical green beam that knocks enemies miles back. Its V2 shoots a transparent attack that knocks the enemies back without giving them a notice of what is about to come their way. This one is Gravity Kane. This weapon is another rare weapon in the game, truly worthy of being fought for. Players get their hands on this by defeating Fajitam, the boss of Green Zone. This quest requires level 925 to do, and this is probably enough to tell you how valuable the weapon is. He has the gravity push ability to undermine you as you come to fight against him, so you must take your best pre-existing swords to fight him. Combating and winning against this big boss is difficult because he guards the Gravity King with his life and will try his best to beat you. This is exactly when you know the sword is a must-have and you must not bail on it. It is going to work wonders for you in the future. Once you own it, you will earn the ability to Gravity Push as you reach max level 125, followed by a Meteor Barrage when you reach max level 250. Gosh, this will destroy your enemy, an absolute exemplar. Bisento. Bisento is a legendary sword sold for the currency in the game. It is sold for 1,200,000 belly at the Sky Island and is also available for upgrades. This classic is liked by every Blox Fruit player and they work truly hard to get their hands on this. Bisento is often compared with other swords in the game because of its popularity and fame among the game's users. We believe it is really deserving of the attention it is receiving because of its features and characteristics. When you master level 50 of the sword, you acquire the skill to break wind. This means you can send wind waves, sending a shock to your rivals. Its V2 creates 3 mini spheres that launch at the order of your cursor, damaging your foes. When you reach master level 150 of the Bisento, you obtain the Quake Sphere skill. This shoots out a ball that harshly damages your enemies. It also has a V2, and by now you can guess the level of disruption it is capable of.
And I had so many dreams. When you hit your teens, life ain't really what it seems. Try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own. So
True Triple Katana. This one is a monumental sword. We say this because it combines all the legendary swords into one. This helps the player use one sword with the ability and features of 3. This includes Sati, Shisui, and Wando. Each of these has disastrous features of its own, and having combined them into one is the end of everything. Now that is totally insane. This is by far the most expensive sword that can be bought at the very top of the green bit for a massive 2 million belly. The price tag proves its reliability and damage to your combatants is perfect when you're fighting against more than one. An enemy coming face to face with this sword shall beg for mercy because there is no way he will be able to get out with his or her life. The katana has Zoro's armament haki on it, which is represented through purple rings. They look super fascinating and intriguing. You earn the Wolf Fang Rush ability at the master level 50, which leads the user to dash forward into the enemy before slashing them with the sword. This promises a good amount of damage and might as well kill your enemy consequently. On mastery level 350, however, things get real. Players inherit the Dragon Hurricane feature, whereby the user is able to summon a colossal hurricane that hits their opponent multiple times, tossing them upwards. This one is a must-have because it is a great representation of your power and strength, a total prodigy. Wando. Wando is known for causing the most amount of damage in the game and is also the most liked and preferred weapon for battles. Just like the Yoru Dark Blade, players prefer walking into battle with this beast because then you are undefeatable. Wando is the thickest from the triple katana squad that causes the most amount of harm. This one is a beautiful and pleasing sword with a white handle that has 3 golden stripes. It allows you to continuously slash, followed by a scatter shot as you progress in mastery levels. The ability to continuously slash your combatant is truly a blessing because it doesn't leave room for them to react back, giving you all the space to keep attacking them. No wonder this is among the best swords in the game. You can hold this attack for a long period of time until the enemy is thoroughly damaged. Its damage power is the best among all. Imagine the strength this weapon will give you if you have this in your inventory. Longsword. The name is suggestive of its physical appearance, but it barely describes the amount of damage this weapon can do. This is a rare sword that is obtained by defeating the diamond, and it has 2 moves, unlike all others that have only 1. At mastery level 100 of this sword, players earn the ability to annihilate. This is where the user sends shockwaves around their enemy with slashes to disbalance them and make a move. This is a smartly designed sword that functions for multiple purposes. At level 200 of this sword, you can earn the Glorious Smash ability, which is too fancy even with its name. When we said this sword was a jack of all trades, we were right, because with this move, there's no way your enemy will survive. This one is a shockwave attack, but with more power and intensity than before. To top off all its other features, its ability to break the opponent observatory focus is essential. Shark Saw. Reading the word saw as a weapon rings a few bells from the movie series Saw. Well, the movie was absolutely bizarre, and such is not the case with this game, but the name of this weapon seems to surely be inspired by the movie and its catastrophic abilities. This is an uncommon sword in Blox Fruits that can be obtained by defeating the Saw. See, same name over and over again. Regardless, this sword is a colossal damage power, and there is no way your enemy will survive a hit from this weapon. This is truly the win to have while you are sailing through all the ocean exploring secrets. Designed like a shark's teeth, this sword has a damage power of 5,348.1 in Blox Fruits terms. At mastery level 10 of this weapon, you earn the ability for consecutive slashes, whereby you hit your opponent multiple times, causing a lot of injuries to them. Finally, its mastery level 60 is where you earn the ability to execute them. This one is literally named Execution, and is enough to kill them with multiple slashes. Soul Cane. This sword is rather unique and unusual to be in possession of because only a handful of people have yet been able to get their hands on this. Soul Cane is a rare sword sold by a super secretive seller on the volcano side for a massive 750,000 belly. When you reach master level 40 of this sword, you earn the shoot beam. Through this, you are able to shoot minute-high speed balls at the click of your cursors. Moreover, making your way onto level 120 gives you the ability to soul slash your opponent. This thoroughly defeats your enemy with the click of your cursor, leaving no soul behind. This bears witness to your power and potency, hence is among the top swords in the game. A quick tip, look for a secret entrance into the volcano to make your win against the enemy almost certain. They will be caught off guard as you enter from a second door. The look on their face is hilarious. We always find it difficult to not be astounded and flabbergasted by the quality of games produced by Roblox users. They are often super intricate and detailed that we remain in awe of it. These swords on Bloxword are one example. They are all unique with distinct powers, making fighting for each truly worthy. These games bear witness to the success of its exceptional element that permits users to design games as per their liking with full creative freedom. Bloxword is the result of one such liberation and we This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.